Today I'm going to show you how to make the best chocolate buttercream frosting. I stumbled on this several years ago, making some buttercream frosting for some cupcakes that needed to be dairy-free for a friend, and it was so good that now this is the only way I will make chocolate buttercream frosting. So we're going to start out with our butter. Now I'm making enough buttercream for about a dozen cupcakes. So if you're going to be decorating a cake, like a stacked cake, then you're going to want to double this for sure. This would be enough for like just a sheet cake if you were just leaving the cake in the pan and just putting frosting on the top, or a dozen cupcakes. So I'm going to use 1 stick of the Earth Balance butter. It is a vegan butter. You can find it in a health food store. There are some grocery stores that will carry it. Hy-Vee will carry it in their health food section. So I've just left this out to soften up to room temperature. So we're just going to put 1 stick in there, and I'm going to use my paddle attachment. We're just going to beat this up a little bit. Okay, so I just beat that for about a good minute or so, just so that it's all softened up. So okay, now we're going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. So there's 1 cup. I just like to sift the powdered sugar just to make sure that you don't have any hard lumps that just will not break down. Sometimes they will, but if they're too hard, the mixer just isn't going to get it out of there. So this just ensures that you get a nice smooth buttercream. Okay. And then to this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Now, I want to sift the cocoa powder because, again, this one actually feels pretty soft, but sometimes it can get pretty lumpy as well. So I just like to sift it with the powdered sugar in there. Okay. Now we are going to mix this up. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And then a tablespoon of almond milk. And I'm going to clean the sides. And then we'll see if we need to. We'll mix it a little more and then see if we need to add some more powdered sugar. So this is a really nice consistency if you're just putting it on a sheet cake. If you want to pipe it, or you want to put it on a cake, like a stacked cake, you may want a little more powdered sugar because it's very soft. The consistency is a little thin for that, so I'm just going to add a little bit more powdered sugar. And I have found that sometimes you can make your buttercream one day and not need any extra powdered sugar, and other days you do. It really just depends on how warm it is, how soft your butter is to start off with. So you may always need to just kind of gauge it a little bit and add a little more this or that. So now I only added maybe a quarter of a cup, if that. Maybe still too thin for piping, but it would be good for just putting on a cake if you were just decorating it. So let's go a little bit more. And since I'm adding that much, I'm going to add just a little bit more cocoa powder. So maybe a teaspoon. We don't want to add so much powdered sugar that we no longer have a good chocolate flavor. So you got to keep it balanced. All right, and that's a really good consistency for piping. All right, that's how easy it is to make the best chocolate buttercream frosting. If you can't find the vegan butter in your store, you can go ahead and just use salted butter. Just make sure the butter is salted, and you can still use almond milk, or you can just use regular milk. If you have someone who's allergic to almonds or nuts, then you may want to choose another option. So either whole milk, or you could use soy milk, coconut milk, although if they have a nut allergy, that probably won't work either. So but yeah, there's a lot of options out there to try. So anyway, I hope you like this recipe. It's super easy and so delicious.